got my little guy. I drew the best I could, the chin and where the ear would be, where the center line is. Yeah, anyway. I'm gonna work on Sid today while being live. So I might get a good amount of viewers. Let's see. See how it goes, you know? First I'm gonna give myself a water. I gotta make sure that I'm hydrating myself as I continuously work here. I have an energy drink in my fridge that I have not drinking since I bought it, and it's just been sitting there. And now that I'm old, I can't just drink energy drinks anymore because my stomach is like a plastic bag, unfortunately. All right. Break the ice, break the ice, break the ice, yeah. Break the ice, yeah. Such a good song. I'm thinking about that awesome song that's at the end of the Dragon Ball movie. Broly at the end of Broly, right? There's a world that's towering over me. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Eyes can see. Oh, 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 oh. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da. It's a dope song. All right, let me see here. Just grabbing my art materials. You know, don't you know? I'm not going to be too worried about how long I string for tonight because I'm going to be working my buns off on my story for a little bit. Yeah. I'm going to be working on my story for a bit. My story. I'm not that old. Story. It's my story. All right, this is what I'm going to be working on today that we're going to be looking at. I already posted a video earlier from this. So that's the the first sketch, but now I'm refining it here. You know, because this looks good and all, but I gotta like add more. That's how you make a good piece of art. Trace it over and over again until it looks good. That's the secret, all right? When you were a little kid, kids said, "Don't trace, it's cheating." Tracing is actually how Raphael and Michelangelo and Leonardo da Vinci got good. That's how they got good. It's the secret. Tracing, dog. Trace your art over and over again until it looks good. Oh, my drawing, it doesn't look that great. Keep tracing until it looks good. Like, you gotta be determined. You know? The first time you draw your stick figure, it's gonna look like a crappy stick figure. But then, you know, if you trace that same stick figure 10 times, whoa, by the time it gets traced the 10th time, it's gonna look like the most greatest stick figure you've ever seen. That's the point. Okay. Alrighty, let's get this going. Break the ice, yeah. Also, this is my first book. Hey, you should check it out. Robo Gamma. Yay! Hi, how's it going? Whoop whoop. Yay yay! Ay 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 ay! Ay 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 ay! Excuse me. All right. Did you know the Power Rangers had Apple Watches? All right. Pardon me. All right. This is gonna be fun, huh? Da-da-da, da-da-da, yeah. Where is it? Where are my art materials? Curse you! Sorry, I love Invaders Zen. It's just been stuck with me ever since I saw it when I was a little boy. I'm going to be drawing today with y'all. Let me see. Whoop. There we go. All right. Okay. These are my pens here, but I need my pencil. Those are pens. I need my pencils. La da da. Here it is. Yeah. There we go. I will be drawing or working on my graphic novel that I've been working on for a decade, Sid the Sorcerer. Dun, 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 dun. And if you happen to follow me on YouTube, then you would know that I periodically post my progress over time. So if you want to know more as I continuously create my story, then I would gladly have you join me on my journey. All right. Break the ice, yeah. Aye. Sorry, I want to play music. I have to get my laptop open with it though, so it's like, ugh. Yeah. I'm thinking that I want there to be darkness alongside the steps that go to the top of the mountain. That way the steps will also glow in itself. Thank you. I appreciate it. Every ounce of love and appreciation is much appreciated. My character eventually is going to be going up these steps. And just the other night, I was watching Star Trek. There's a fantastic episode where Geordi, the man with the visor, is trapped in a cave, and he finds his way out of the cave. And after he does that, it shows him climbing up steps in the rain during a storm, right? Nice. You are doing. Thanks. Yeah, so later on when he's going to be going up these steps, I already have the whole idea kind of storyboarded out. He's going to be slipping on the steps when he gets up here eventually, where it's going to be a storm, and the little girl character right here is going to continuously beckon him, saying, "Come on, keep going, you can do it." And the funny thing is this whole sequence I'm drawing right now is actually going on in this character's head. He's going through a near-death experience, and he's being held in the water in the middle of the ocean by a girl who saved his life from drowning. And she's holding him, right? So everything she says to him is what she's saying to him in real life. Hey, what's up? And so this is really like the reader going through what Sid is going through inside of his mind as he's going through his near-death experience. And it's so awesome. I'm so proud of this project. And this is what I call the disappearing mountain. Because if you remember, there's a fantastic movie called The King of Thieves, Aladdin, the King of Thieves, right? I love that movie. It's one of my most favorite animated movies of all time. It's incredibly funny because I like to imagine the song, Welcome to the 40 Thieves, right? Like that song. I think that would be so funny to be seen as like a Broadway play or something. Right? The 40 Thieves. I think that would be so funny. Yeah, so anyways, in the 40 Thieves, there's a very reminiscent scene that I just so happened to have come up with something similar to what happens in that movie where a landform is summoned out of the water, which is a giant turtle with a palace on its back. This is similar where this mountain is now appearing from the abyss, essentially. The pages before this one was just a blank darkness with stars in the sky, and there's reflection of the stars in the dark water. It's a dark void, and he's followed this girl through the dark void, and now this mountain is appearing out of the water. So this is, yeah, the disappearing mountain. And the lore behind the mountain is how this mountain is the remnants of what I call what the ancient Egyptians called, which was the first time, which is Zep-Tepi, right? Like what Graham Hancock talks about. The way my universe works for my story is there was once the one, but the one splits into the two, and that's the real world and the spiritual world. And this mountain is a remnant of when the world was still the one. And later on, this mountain's going to appear at the end of part 2. This is at the end of part 1, right? So this is going to be reimagined later on in part 2, but in reality. Like Sid is seeing it in his near-death experience, but later finds it in reality at the end of part 2. Dope. I'd only draw it if I thought it was awesome. All right. Let's see. So, part of the reason why I wanted to redraw this is because these look okay, but I wanted the water to be like really splashing more. Like there needed to be more movement with what's going on with the water. Because if you look at waterfalls, they aren't just normal streams. They're usually pretty crooked. They go over all the nooks and crannies over the rock formations. Because naturally, when you want to draw any form of direction, especially when it comes to flowing water, you might just draw like a few squiggly lines, but that doesn't really cut it, you know? And this actually is me sketching, so after I'm done sketching what I want to eventually ink, then I'm going to begin inking once I'm done refining what lines I want to ink. Break the ice, yeah. Break the ice, yeah. I need to have that pressed down a little more. Get over there. Get over there. There we go. I was lucky enough to have some really nice friends at the time, and they were the ones who bought this light board for me for my, it was either for my birthday or for Christmas. I can't exactly remember which one. And it's been very handy for me. I mentioned how I wanted one, and then they just so happened to buy it for me. I was like, aw, thanks, y'all. That was a nice thing for you to do. Don't you know? You can also just buy regular tracing paper too. And then when you scan your drawing that you put on tracing paper, then just put a piece of computer paper on the back of it. And you should be good. Or if it doesn't work on the scanner, then take a nice photograph of it. I was actually thinking about how maybe in the future, once I'm done, like when I'm completely finished with all my actual drawings, I might get in contact with a photographer who will take really nice pictures of my drawings so that like it'll have like a different effect perhaps. Like instead of just scanning going, I might like add something that could add like another type of quality to it that might not necessarily be achievable if you just scan something. Like I might make it so that the pictures will be taken in a particular way or something. I don't know. It's worth exploring. You know what I'm saying? All right. I'm wondering what else I need, so I'm gonna actually turn off the screen for a second. Okay. The right side of that mountain needs to come back to life. There we go. Ooh. Splash, splash. These are all going to be dark streams, and I'm going to make them sparkly with, like how, I'll show you what I mean. All right, it's in my book here. La la la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Ow! I always thought it was hilarious when I'd be watching Pee-wee's Playhouse when I was a kid, and when Pee-wee or whenever Pee-wee got hurt, he would like laugh. He'd go like, "Ow!" I always thought that was really funny. All right, see how there's like kind of like stars in the darkness. Same thing here, right? And here, and here. It's going, and you can even kind of see how I have these like little trailing things here. And how these are beginning. Now I'm here, and I'm gonna do the same starry effect in these waterfalls. And the sky is also gonna have the, behind the clouds, I'm gonna show the little stars and stuff like that. So it's gonna be so awesome. That's why I'm a little more excited about this particular page than my regular drawings, I guess you could say. I mean, I get super excited about any of the drawings I'm about to finish. All right. Some of them a little more than others. Because I haven't had the ability to really let my imagination flow for a little while, because I'm just trying to add more context and story to my story. But when the opportunity arises to make something even more awesome, it's really cool. Let's see. Oh shoot, sorry, I wasn't really focusing in the best way. There we go. That's a little bit better. All right, yeah, I need to get these going more. I'm glad I'm doing this live stream thing now, because I'm just thinking about how I'm going to eventually get this book into people's minds. I want to be known for the guy who created Sid the Sorcerer. And that's a willingness, being willing to gain the experience, to gain confidence. Because the only way you gain confidence is through experience. We tend to want confidence first when that's not how it works. You have to be willing long enough and hard enough to gain the confidence that you seek. Like a glassblower I was watching earlier today was saying how he was a glassblower for 15 years. And that's how he was able to create what he was able to create with his glass-blowing abilities. It's admirable. It's admirable when somebody does something for 15 years and shows what his abilities are, It doesn't have to necessarily be in something that you're... Having heard that a guy's been doing glass-blowing for 15 years and is able to produce things that other people aren't able to easily produce. Like, it's admirable when you're able to see somebody accomplish something that you can't immediately accomplish, I guess. Because we admire that. And the way to create meaning in life is to provide love where there wasn't originally love given first. You're the one who provides the love for somebody else. So if you learn how to do something really well, then you can provide the love you have as like a display, I guess. I don't know. Just trying to say what's on my mind, or try to articulate something to the best of my ability. All right. I gotta get rid of this clip up here. Wow, it's already been 20 minutes. That's pretty fascinating. That's how you know when you're in a flow state. When all of a sudden, oh yeah, 20 minutes has already gone by. Like the typical length of my live stream so far has been between 20 and 30 minutes. So the fact that it's already past 20 minutes, I'm just like, oh yeah. Completely lost track. Very cool. All right. Lots of cloud designs in here. I hope it's not gonna become, I guess there's a way to make something overcrowded, you know? And I'm gonna make sure I don't overcrowd the final result here. There we go. Oh man, I like that a lot. Okay. Not bad, not bad. Not bad, not bad. Now we need you to loosen up, just loosen up. Get loose, get loose. Go and break it down. Oh, you missed somebody. What up, sup? What up, hey? What up, sup? What up, hey? What up, sup? Bust. Okay. Very nice, very nice. Okay. Well. I think my penciling is finally done. Nice. All right, I'm excited. Now I don't have to trace anything. And if you're wondering, it's my own drawing I'm tracing, all right? I mean, it's cool that you can, trace other things. Like, that's what I'm planning on doing at one point or another. I want to trace every painting that Raphael has ever done. All right. Well, so let me see. I'm gonna cap it because I think I've got a good amount of viewers already. And I'm gonna start adding some ink to this. It's gonna be awesome. Yeah. Well, in case if you've stuck around, thank you for watching. Thank you for being around for my live stream. I hope I provide some form of entertainment and relaxation for you in some way. May your heart be at peace this night. Many blessings.